Hi, I'm going to talk about the vocabulary in this book, the Hackers Vocabulary for the TOEIC test, okay? And if you go to the description box, you can find a review sheet for this, okay? So here's the 40 words. On the back, you can make sentences, okay? So you can print this and then listen to me, okay? So we're going to start here with the word resume, okay? So first, I'm just going to read these words. This is for day one. Okay, so here, resume. Okay, so please with me. Okay, I'm going to say them two times. So number one, resume. Opening. Applicant. Requirement. Meet. Qualified. Candidate. Confidence. Highly. Professional. Interview. Hire. Training. Reference. Position. Achievement. Impressed. Excellent. Eligible. Identify. Okay, 21. Associate. Condition. Employment. Lack. Managerial. Diligent. Familiar. Proficiency. Prospective. Make sure appeal. Specialize. Apprehensive. Consultant. Entitle. Degree. Payroll. Recruit. Certification. Occupation. And wage. Okay, so in this space here, you can write some of the things I'm going to say. Okay, so this space is really your space. So you can say, like if for example, if it's applicant, you can also say application. Or if you are Korean or Japanese or Chinese or Spanish speaker, you can put in here the language. Okay, if you want anything you want. Okay, so let's talk about these words. Word number one is resume. This is a piece of paper that you have to give a company if you want a job. Okay, resume. Number two is opening. This means a position. A job is the company needs somebody. Okay, so there's a vacancy. There's a vacancy at the job. Number three is applicant. Applicant is the person who's going to apply. Okay, so if I want a job, I'm the applicant. Okay, and I will apply. Number four is requirement. Requirement is something you need for a job. If I'm going to be a doctor, I have many requirements. It'll take lots and lots of years. Okay, so this is something you need. Other jobs, maybe you need to learn how to cook or something. That's a requirement for the job. Okay, so require. And here, there's another word down here. It's prerequisite. Prerequisite, okay? This is something you need beforehand. They use the word prerequisite a lot in universities. If you want to take this high-level math class, first you take this low-level class. This low-level class is the prerequisite, okay? This class is required before you take the upper-level class. So this low math class is called a prerequisite. It's pre means before, so it's required before this one. That's the prerequisite. Okay. Meet. Meet is an easy word. I think most of you guys should know meet. Here, meet can mean something else. Like, I meet the boss. That's one. But we also say, you know, this person, this applicant, he doesn't meet the requirements. He doesn't meet it. So that means they require 10 things, and maybe I only have 8. So we say, oh, this applicant doesn't meet the requirements. Okay. Qualified. So I'm not qualified. Okay. So because I only have 8 of the things they need, but they want 10, they'll say, oh, you're not qualified. Maybe it says the job needs to speak Spanish, but I cannot. So they say, oh, you are not qualified. You're not qualified for this position, this job, this opening. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Candidate. Candidate is someone who's maybe get the job. Okay. So maybe in America they'll say there are 2 presidential candidates, like this. Okay. So there'll be 2 people wanting the job. They're trying to get the opening. Confidence. Confidence, someone with a lot of confidence. Confidence is a noun, so you have confidence. Have confidence, okay? An adjective is confident. So we say, oh, she's very confident. Confident, okay? She has lots of confidence. She is confident. Okay? Highly. 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 Sometimes we use this highly with the word qualified. We'll say he's highly qualified. Maybe he meets the requirements. He meets the requirements plus 10 years experience. So we say he's highly qualified. Maybe a job, we'll say, oh, you need to work on the computer for 2 years, but I've worked on the computer for 20 years. So they'll say, oh, I'm highly qualified. Professional. Professional is someone who's really high level of their job, or someone who takes their job very seriously, never late, works hard. We'll say, oh, that person's very professional, dresses the right way and all that. So this is a professional person. An interview. Interview is what you need to do to get the job. First, maybe you email them the job. You email the company your resume, word number 1. And then they will like your resume. They will see that you're qualified. And then you'll get the interview. They'll phone and say, please come on Monday. And then you'll dress up and you'll have the interview. And they'll ask questions and stuff. The interview is tough. Hire. So they will hire you. Okay, hire. A little bit opposite of the word fire you. Okay, first they hire you, and then you're a bad worker, and then they will fire you. Fire, it doesn't say so here, but hire can also be a noun. You can say, oh, this is our new hire. This is the new person who's filling the opening. Maybe too many vocabulary words. Training. Training is what you do after they hire you. They hire you, and then they will train you. So if you get hired, it's a passive sentence. If you get hired at McDonald's, then they will train you. Maybe they'll teach you how to cook the food. They'll say, oh, the French fries need 3 minutes. The hamburgers need 5 minutes. And this is the McDonald's training, okay? Or they'll train you on the computers, and they'll teach you how to use the computers properly. Okay, this is all training. Again, this word is not here, but someone who's training at McDonald's, they'll say, this is our trainee, okay, with 2 E's. Trainee. Reference. This is something you will put on your resume. Maybe it's your old boss. So your new boss will say, are you a good worker? And of course, you're going to say yes. But they want to phone somebody. So you'll give them the phone number to your old boss, and they'll say, "Is Daryl a good worker?" And then the old boss hopefully will say yes. Okay. So the old boss, this is your reference. Okay. Sometimes in the interview, you'll say, "Can I phone your references?" And then you say yes. And then they'll phone your reference. And if the interview's good and the reference is good, you have the job. They will hire you. Position. This is your job. Maybe your low position at McDonald's, cleaning the bathrooms. Or your high position, maybe you're the manager, okay, or CEO. This is your position. All different positions. All different money too. And pressure and stress. Achievement. This is something that you have achieved, okay? This is something you've worked hard and got, okay? Something you can say, my biggest achievement is learning English, okay? Or my biggest achievement is a good score on the TOEIC test, okay? So if your score is really high on the TOEIC test, you can say this is my biggest achievement in my life, okay? My biggest achievement probably is finishing university is a big one, but also learning Chinese. Okay. Impressed. Impressed is like, whoa. If I see you and I meet you and then I hear you play the piano, well, you play the saxophone, well, and my face is more and more like, wow. Drums, wow. Guitar, wow. And you do all this and I'm like, wow, you are so musical. I am very impressed. So impressed here is an adjective. I am very impressed. But I can also say, you impressed me, a verb. Okay. So hopefully when you have the job interview, you impress the boss. Okay. If you impress the boss, then you'll get the job. Hi boss. Hi boss. My name's Daryl. I went to Harvard. And then the boss, oh. And then you really impress the boss. If it's true. Maybe the boss will phone your reference, and then you won't get the job. The old boss will say, oh, no, he didn't go to Harvard. He didn't finish high school. And then you go, you will not impress anybody. Excellent. You should know this word. Excellent. Excellence is the noun. Eligible. It means you're able to have the job, okay? If the job is asking for a female actor, and I apply, I give them my resume, and they're like, no, you're a guy. You are not eligible for this job, okay? For the president in America, I'm not eligible because I'm not American. I'm Canadian, okay? So if I try, everyone will be like, no, you cannot do this job. You are not eligible, okay? In this way, you can also say ineligible. Daryl is ineligible or not eligible, okay? And there's a noun, eligibility. So my eligibility is not, I don't have any eligibility. Okay, identify. Okay, this is already a long video, so I'm going to assume you know identify, okay? Associate. You can say associate, and sometimes they say associate, okay? It depends on what you mean. Associate here, like we can say, I'm associated with English teachers, okay? Like there's a relationship between us and stuff like that. Walmart, if you know the company Walmart, they will also say associates. It's a noun. It means like people associated with our company, okay? And then there's an association. It's a group, okay? It's another noun. Condition, we'll say good condition. This book, I bought it recently, so it's in good condition. My car is really old, so we'll say my car is in bad condition. So we use the word in, okay? So this is in good condition. My phone, my son dropped my phone. So say my phone is in bad condition. Bad condition, okay? Employment. This is what they do when they hire you. They give you employment. You are the employee, 2 E's, okay? And there's also the employer, okay? So just like the trainee and the trainer. I didn't say trainer last time, but trainee, trainer, employee, employer, employer. Okay, the one is the one with the power. Okay, you can say I'm the teacher and you're the teachee. That's okay. I'm the one not with power, but I'm kind of above the you. But we don't use the word teachee. We usually say student. Okay, but when there's a relationship and there's one person above, we'll say interviewer, interviewee. You want the job. I have the job. Trainer, trainee. It means I give you training. Okay. As well, employer, employee. Okay. So I'm the boss and you work for me. So and e. Lack. Lack means you don't have it. My wife always tells me I lack hair on my head. A little bit true. So there's lack. It means you don't have it. Some people say, oh, I lack money. But you can also say you lack requirements. Over here, the word requirements, okay? Somewhere, I remember requirement, number 4. Okay, so lack is number 24. So you can say you lack the requirements. Okay? So if the job says that you need to speak Arabian, maybe it's a job in Dubai, and they want you to speak Arabian. You say, oh, I'm qualified, but I don't speak Arabian. And then you can say, I lack Arabian. Okay? Managerial skills. It's skills that the manager needs. Okay? The manager needs to have managerial skills, how to talk to people, how to make people work hard, how to make people respect you and like their job. This is all managerial skills. Diligent. Diligent is a good word. And the noun, it's an adjective, but the noun is diligence. Diligence, okay? It basically means you work hard. Work hard, okay? So we often have the word diligent worker. If you know the word collocation, diligent worker is a good collocation, okay? These are words usually found together. Familiar. I'll let you find that one out. Proficiency. Proficiency means your skill level, okay? If you talk about, what is your French proficiency? You can say, oh, just elementary school. Or you can say, oh, a newspaper. I can read a French newspaper. Or you can say, my French skills, my French proficiency is expert. Or you can say fluent. It means my French is perfect. Same with everyone else's, okay? You can also say, what is your typing proficiency? And then you say, oh, three words a minute. Or you can say, oh, my typing proficiency is 100 words a minute. Like this. Very fast typing. So this is proficiency. They often use it with computer jobs. They'll say, like, what is your Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint proficiency? Computer programs. Okay, number 29, prospective. These are people who want the job. So we'll talk about prospective employees. The people who are wanting the job. We'll say, oh, this job opening has 100 prospective workers. It means 100 people want the job. Okay. It's not here, but we say someone's prospects. Prospects is a noun. Prospect, it means kind of like their chances. You say, oh, he has good prospects. He went to Harvard. We'll say he has good prospects. Okay. Appeal. It means it's something you like, like my car. I said my car is very old, and then that's that new car, and it's my favorite color. Ooh, that car is appealing to me. It means you really think about it. It's something you really, really want. Okay. Specialize. This is something that you are an expert at, something that's your specialty. So, like maybe some English teacher. One teacher teaches English, but really they teach lots of conversation. One teacher, this teacher, grammar teacher. 20 years grammar teacher. Not much conversation, not much writing, but grammar. That teacher specializes in English grammar. Okay. Some other teacher will specialize in writing. Okay. So all of these are different. There's also people who specialize in teaching test preparation, like TOEIC. Okay, so specialize. Apprehensive is a fancy word. It means nervous, okay? Anxious. Unfortunately, English has lots of words like this, okay? Here it also says concerned, which is also fine. So apprehensive is an adjective. Apprehension, S-I-O-N, is a noun. So he has a lot of apprehension. Like maybe someone's not good at swimming, but they go fishing in a boat. And oh, going on a boat makes me very apprehensive. I can't swim. I can't swim. Or if they have a job interview, maybe the night before, they can't sleep. Like, oh, I want this job. Oh, what am I going to say? Like this. I'm ineligible. I'm underqualified. So then you're very nervous about the interview. Consultant. Consultant is someone like an expert, someone you go to if you have questions. Like if you want to build your house, there's so many choices and you don't know what to do. So then you will ask a consultant and they'll say, oh, first you do this, first phone this person. This is a consultant, okay? If you want to study in a second country, like if you want to study in Canada, you can consult me, okay? This means like someone to get help from, okay? So I help many people study in Canada. So you can say I'm a Canadian school entry consultant. Someone who helps people do that, okay? Entitle, it means you have a right to do it, a right to use it, okay? So maybe the CEO has a special parking spot. We'll say, oh, he's entitled to that one. Maybe there's a bathroom, and it's only managers. They're entitled to that, okay? But we also say, like for workers, maybe in McDonald's, they'll say, oh, in this year, you can take 2 weeks holiday. So another way to say this is you are entitled to 2 weeks holiday, okay? So it's your right to have it, your right to have it. A degree. It's a piece of paper you get from university, okay? There's really 3 kinds. There's a bachelor's degree, which is the lowest level, a master's degree, which is like a middle level, master's, and then there's a doctor's degree. If you get a doctor's degree, you went to university for probably 10 years, roughly 10 years, okay? Some people a little bit faster. Okay, payroll. Payroll is the money that the job pays. So maybe the boss is like, oh, this month our payroll is too high. Our payroll is too high. Okay? It's all the salaries. If there's 10 workers, then it's all the money, the salaries of all 10 workers. That's this month's payroll. Okay? Recruit. Recruit is maybe a company has a very special job. So they will not really ask for people to apply, but they will go to a recruiter. So it's a special company that's good at finding workers, okay? So like if I have a job and they need to be very proficient at the computer, they've got to speak 3 languages, but not any 3 languages. They need French, Arabian, and English, you know, and they need to be able to translate, and they need to be able to fly an airplane. This job has lots and lots of qualifications, but it would be very difficult to find this person. So what I will do is my company will pay a recruiter and they will recruit somebody, okay? So they know lots of people, maybe universities and stuff like that, and they will ask, and they will find somebody. And then I will pay them, and then I will give the new person a job. This is recruit. It's really hard. Certification. When people say, are you qualified? Are you good at the computer? You can give them your certification. You can give them your certificate, okay? It's a piece of paper, not a degree, but it's a piece of paper that says you can do it. So many schools, they want their teachers to know CPR, like someone is sick, or not sick, dying, and then, like this, and then I give them CPR. But the school, they'll say, oh, we need to see your certificate. So I will need to study and go to a school, and then this is my certification, okay? 2 more, you're doing good on a long video. Occupation. It's a fancy word for job. It's like a high-level job. McDonald's is not an occupation. Or gas station. If you work at a gas station, we don't think that's an occupation. But doctor, lawyer, teacher, this is an occupation. It's a little bit like the word job, but like a nice job. We can also say profession. Profession is kind of the same thing. They also have the word here, vocation. Job, vocation. It's not used very much anymore. Okay, so if you want a fancier word than job, you can say profession or occupation. If you meet somebody, you can say, hi, what's your job? What's your occupation? If it's a young person, just say job. If it's an older person like me, you can say, what's your occupation? Or what's your profession? And then wage. That's how much the business pays you. Okay, so if you work really hard, maybe they will raise your wage. Raise your wage, okay? Okay, those are 40 words. I don't know if you can study these in one day. You can do your best, okay? But in here, you can use this to study. You can make sentences here, and the teacher, your teacher or me, I can check this. And then you can do the work in the book, okay? The one-day tests and all that kind of stuff, okay? Study hard. TOEIC is difficult, and this is the first day. Bye-bye.